Hi, Christine here with another cute, quick, and simple card I made using my Cricut and some stamps from Paper Smooches. So, this is a real quick card, so let's get started. I started out with plain white cardstock, 8.5 by 11, and I cut it down at 5.5 inches and folded in half to get a standard A2 size card. The liner's already done, but I'll show that to you in a minute. Okay, all I did was take some paper. The paper I use comes from Doodlebug Designs. It's called Flower Box. It's super cute. Has some, those are my scraps. It has some really nice papers, and it was a lot of fun. I really love that cloud one. I don't know, it'll come up again. And it is so pretty. This one I love. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. And this one too, very pretty. So I used all my paper from that, and what I did is I found this pretty pink, like wood grain one, and I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to put that straight down and go real quick. Just use my ATG, and I'm just going to put that right in the center of the card base, just like so. Okay, the next are these 4 pieces. It looks really difficult, but it's not. So because these paper are double-sided, you see, so this one and this one match, what I did is I cut 2 squares out, with it, which is my typical next layer of paper. So they are 3 3/4 by 5, and all I did is cut them at each corner, and it gave me 8 triangles. So my other card, which I wasn't sure if I was going to show, it has some smudges and it has some stamps I wasn't really happy about. But as you can see, it's the opposite of the other 4 triangles, so it can allow you to have 2 cards with the same design and using the 2-sided paper. So all I did from there, before I put it down, is I used some Paper Smooches stamps that I picked up really recently. I think they are so adorable. And I just used this chickie here, and it says, "Hey Chickie," and then there's a little XOXO. So I just took that stamp and I stamped all the way around each of the edges of the triangle. So I am going to start by taking my ATG gun. Oops, it's falling apart. And I am going to just start by adding, it's a 1/4 inch difference, so I have an idea basically where it's going to start. Doesn't have to be perfect. So I put this triangle down first, then I am going to put this triangle, I gotta learn to speak, just like so, and then the other 2 will fit perfectly in. Now, it might not be 100% perfect match, but the center doesn't really matter because it's going to be covered up. So all I am worried about is to ensure that this triangle leaves a straight line, and I think it does. Alright, and then I'm just going to add the next triangle, and as long as the paper doesn't look like it's, yeah, that's good. There we go. Okay, as long as it's lined up on these edges, it should work. And that is pretty much it for the card base. Very super simple. And there we go. I think that'll do. Not perfect. It's gonna have to do. Alright, and it looks like that tip is not lined up, but that's because there's a pink edge there. Alright, so next I went to my Cricut, and I used Elegant Edges. On page 47 is this pretty flower frame, and I cut it out at 3 inches, and you can cut it out again at 3.5 inches in white if you'd like, so that you can get your image on the inside. If not, what I did is I just used the flower and then I cut out my chickie and then glued it down after I was done coloring with it. So I thought that was really, really cute. So I used my Copic markers, and there is shading. I am pretty still new at this. I'm going to be taking some courses real soon. As soon as I can get online, there's a course up in near where I live, and I'm just waiting till they do a beginner class. Alright, so I colored, but because this image is so small, you don't really see too much of the shading, but I did use 2 yellows and 2 oranges. And I put it together, I raised it on pop dots, and then I took more paper from the same paper pack and just did some strips in a 1/2 inch and made them like they're like a little banner. And I'm just going to take off the backing, and then that is going to go right in the center of my card, just like so. There we go. That's all there really is to this card. It's not too bad. So I just added a little bit of bling. I have some leftover gems that I had picked up from Michael's, and the teeny ones make it so it's not so overwhelming. And I'll show you the liner real quick. I've been starting to use a lot of my scraps. This is very, very basic. I just, you know, put some stuff at the bottom. And the circle from the piece there, I just cut and I used it there, and I stamped Hey Chickie, which comes from that same Paper Smooches pack. It is actually, I don't know if there's a name for it. Oh, it's called Chubby Chums. M2S016. I thought that stamp set is so super, super cute. I can't wait to do the little kitten or the cat. Anyways, very short and simple, very, very easy card to make, and I just wanted to show you what I had done. So, thanks for watching.